High-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. Master the Markets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hi traders, and welcome to our live trading workshop webinar today. So what have we got in store for you? We will be first taking a look, for those of you joining in new, what we usually do is, let me just hide this very quickly. What we usually do is we usually look at some live trading potential trades, okay, to begin with. Then after that, we will start taking a look at for your information, I'm taking a look at gold and GBP USD to begin with on the live trading potential trades. We may have to enter the trades very shortly. And then the second thing that we will then look at is the topic for today, which is, how professionals predict market moves. And then the final thing is that we will update you on our events coming up, as well as a nice Q&A as well, traders. Okay, so this and more in this live trading workshop session. Traders, those of you joining in new for the first time today, this is Tirunaupan here, founder of Master the Markets, Illustrates Conference, and the Traders Open Day. So let's dive straight in. So let's take a look at this. Now on the gold trade here, I was just taking a look over here, right? So let's put all of this together as we usually do. Those of you joining in new for the first time, I'll give some reference links very shortly. But over here on the gold, you can see that on the daily time frame, that is an uptrend phase 2, as you can see with the trend box over here, right? So the trend box here, very easily we can see that. And then over here, we can see also that is an uptrend phase 2 as well. Over here, right? So that was an uptrend. It's all coded in because you see, traders, we got the market structure already defined over here. So that's the real advantage here that we have at Master the Markets, because you see I can connect the bottoms and tops, which has been quantified by the formulas that were designed back in the 1970s. I'll give you all some reference links later that you can take a look at as well. Okay, so that one over there, so we got the uptrend phase 2 over there as well on the gold. So let me just update that onto the spreadsheet. I'll show that to you shortly. This was very similar to what we were looking at in the ETM annual summit as well. And then after that, what we got here is the gold on the 15-minute, right? So that's a downtrend phase 2. I'm going to look at the 1 hour as well. So just bear with me on that one. So we got downtrend phase 2. And then after that, I'm going to take a look at the 1 hour here. And on the 1 hour here, let me just take a look at this. On the 1 hour, we've got, just need to wait for this to populate up. And then I can take a look on the 1 hour, and then I'll take a look at the stretch lines as well. Okay, I think as this is populating up, this is downtrend phase 2 as well, traders. Okay, so we just have to be a bit wary on that one. And then in terms of the stretch lines, let's put it over here. In terms of the stretch lines, daily average stretch is what we are looking at. Is this the one? Let me just see. Let me pause the share. Right, only, let me see. Yeah, that's the one we are looking at. So that's that one there, which has just popped up. That will give me an idea of where the the bigger range from open is going to form today. Don't worry if you don't understand these terminologies. Those of you joining in new for the first time, I'll give you some reference links and how you can join us as well, okay? So here, I've got the upper stretch being taken out. Range lines wise, let me just check. Let me see. This is matching up with the current time. This is, I'm taking a look at the 12 o'clock session, right? So that's the high over there. So it hasn't taken out that one yet, but 8 o'clock one, so it hasn't taken out both 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock traders, okay? So that is our white line there, and I will mark it as this, right? And this as this one here, okay? So here, I'm just taking a look at this. It's, yeah, because it's not confirmed, this, isn't it? And then we can go on to the 15-minute to see if we can get a trigger for this, okay? The safe spot for us to enter would be here, as it takes out the 8 o'clock and 12 o'clock range sessions, okay? And I can see the VSA light is turned green as well. That's been designed by the trade guider and team also, that you guys can take a look at using volume analysis. On Thursdays, we go into this a bit more in detail. This one, I will just put it as NA over here at the moment. Bro to ST ratio at the moment, if I were to minimize this, I'll just bring this onto the 15-minute for now. Here, the Bro to ST so far is looking to the upside. So $61, isn't it? Let me see. Yesterday, yeah. So this one is taking a look at $80 to form. So let me put this to the upside. And this one, previous daily high and low, that's NA at the moment. And yeah, and the ATR range hasn't been formed. So let me quickly take a look at this in terms of gold here. So this one here, I was saying 87, isn't it? 87. I'll just go for the smaller one. $70 is what this one is telling us, is what we can go for. And I'll quickly turn into here. Looking so far quite strong here, the rebound down. And I will look at the volume very now as well. And then we can take a look at some positions to get in, okay? So we're going to be a bit quick on this one. So here, the confirmation did come over here, traders, on this bar here. So I'm just taking a look. So if it did, it's 741, isn't it? Will just be contained within here. I think we'll wait and see on this one because I needed to take out the range over here. Now, before I do any of that, so take a look at the trend table. So this is what I was populating, okay? So you can see that over here on gold, on the daily and the 4-hour time frame is an uptrend phase 2. So signaling to the upside, but direction-wise is a phase 2. And then the 1 hour and the 15-minute are signaling to the upside, okay? Even though it's a downtrend, but direction-wise, it's to the upside, okay? We need a bit of a change of a trend here to be on the safe side here, and then also to align with the higher time frame uptrend. In terms of the bar mechanics, which I take a look, don't worry, I'll be giving you some reference links very shortly. In terms of the bar mechanics, what I'm taking a look at is 2 to the upside, 2 to the downside, okay? So not the best. So I got about 6 out of 8 to my favor. So what I'll do now, traders, before I push this out on the Telegram channel, let's now take a look at a little bit on volume also. The volume did pick up a bit higher here, but not getting into the salmon area around here. So what we'll do is I need a bit of trend change, okay? So what I'll do is we can take a look at an entry for the high of this, which will also break the range session so that we don't get caught out. So that will be 3987.11. Okay, so let me do that here. So, and then I'll push this on Telegram, and you can take a look. Today something is setting up, so let's see how this is. But do remember, those of you who've taken it already on the European session, well done on that one there. This one is just for the US session, whatever that is setting up. Last week we didn't get a setup, so we didn't take the trades. Remember that the whole idea of this is so that you can learn the principles and learn how to fish rather than being given the fish, okay? So 3987.11 is what I'm taking a look at. 3987.11. In fact, I will do that 0.13, okay? And then after that, this one will be the same, isn't it? 3987.13, right? With all the spreads included as well. And then after that, where's our stop loss going to be? Our stop loss will be for this interruption clearance and for it to go to its 1 ATR or towards its range target for today. Okay, so I'll choose that one there in terms of this. So let the market come to you so that we do not rush into an impulse trade. Now, the other thing that I'll also take a look at now is the target placing, right? So from here, if I were to take a look at the high plus the 1 ATR number, so that would be 7.07 at the moment, isn't it? So just say $7. So high plus $7. So 3987 plus 7 would be 3994. Okay, 3994 is what I'm taking a look at. All right, over here. And then this is what we'll be going for. So the last thing I'll do is I'll take a look at the range. Okay, the range today is 69.60, isn't it? Is what I'm taking a look at, right? So let's just say $69. And $69, let's see, let me just keep it here. After this, I'll give you all the links as well, traders, so don't worry about that. So $69, so let's take a look here. So gold here, 3929, isn't it? 3929 is what I've got. Let me just see if it matches up with that one there. 3929, that might not be the one for today. So let me just double check that. 3929, yes, 3929.48. It is matching up, just to make sure that between the different platforms, we are getting the same data. Sometimes that might be a discrepancy. So 3929, this is from Trade Nation here. 3929, they helped us sponsor our summit as well. I'll talk about that later. 3929 plus 69, okay? 3929 plus 69. 3998 is what we got. So that comes before the range is taken out. So this is perfect. So what I'll do is now I'll push this out on the Telegram channel. So here, let me choose gold here. Okay. And I've got a buy, right? So, and I will put this orders in 3987.13. Okay. And it's a 4-cent spread, isn't it? Let me just quickly take a look at this. So, right, so 3987, so it's coming as 13. So it's 3-cent spread, is what it's having. Just got to get the spread right. So 3987.12, so 15. So we're getting at 15. Okay, traders. And then in terms of our stop loss, it's going to be at this level here, 3970.67. Okay, so I will mark that up here, 3970.67, according to this. Okay, 3970.67. And then target-wise is 3994.0. Okay, so that's what I will be looking at. And then as it progresses, we can look into trailing it a bit more tighter. Okay, traders. Now, so that's what I'll do at the moment. Those of you who are looking at a continuation trade, so that's been sent out on the Telegram channel. You can take a look at that later if you're on it as well. But in terms of this over here, if you want to take a continuation trade on the 15-minute, if you wanted to enter earlier, based on the VSA and the volume, then you can take it also to a 180R target. Okay, I'll talk more about this later on using the stats that we have developed over here, okay, at Master the Markets. Once you put all the stats in, that will tell you exactly how much move is left, okay? So we will take a look at that very shortly. When we get to the topic for today, how the professionals predict the market moves, okay? So we'll take a look at that very shortly. Okay, so that's that one there. So I've put that out on the Telegram channel. I'll go on to, I think before I go on to GBP/USD, what I'll do is I'll give you all the reference links to take a look at. So those of you who are pressing me on that one. So those of you who want to understand and ask yourself, where should I start with? Thiru talked about the smart money framework structure and the bottoms and tops, the market structure and the stats and all that. Where do I learn all this from? I would say the first step to begin would be 7 steps to CTP.com, traders, okay? So over there, once you put the link over there, put your contact details in, click on I'm not a robot and click on the green link over here. And then what happens is you get the 7 videos being sent to you. So this will then tell you the main challenge which creates inconsistent performance for traders, and then how you actually then would create the market structure as a solution towards this, which was formulated by the quant traders back in the 1970s, following the Richard Wyckoff's method and the VSA methodology that Tom Williams popularized and modernized. So that's the market structure there in relation to the solution, okay? And all this material, I tell you traders, it's invaluable. I know we are giving it away for free, but it's been collected over 15 years of real full-time research, and with leveraging over 50 years of team cumulative experience. So you see, then after that, it goes on to the 3 stats, which I'll go through a little bit later on today. And then after that, video 6 and 7 goes into how you construct your strategy, okay? So once you've put your details in, definitely go through it. Those of you who've seen it before, definitely I would recommend you guys to revisit it as well, okay? That's the link, 7stepsctp.com, and then watch it at your free time. The other thing is, those of you who have seen it on the fences, got carried away with life and everything, you can then get the SMI indicator onto your charts as well, okay? Those of you who are VSA clients, right, you can also get it on top of your indicator, and there'll be a small discount on the 3rd version, which is the full Elite OE version over here, that you can read through on what you get and everything. Okay, so I'll leave that to you guys. You can see the link and the discount code coming up on the YouTube channel. The other thing also is the quick note for the next year's summit. Okay, the dates are already out. Happens once a year. Highly recommend for you guys to join. We had such an awesome time in the last summit. I think I did show some photos as well last time that we did have over here. The team has collated it all together. All the nice things. We had a really good day of live trading, research updates, then went on to enjoy a little bit over dinner as well in Heron Tower, which is the one of the highest buildings in London. Okay, so definitely join us next year. It'll be really good fun. Happens once a year. There's some really great early bird discount offers as well. That if you can get, if you book it before the end of this year, then you can use that money that you save for your flights and your hotels and accommodation. Okay, if you're flying in from elsewhere. We had actually Stuart, actually I can see over here as well, real inspiration coming from Canada, right? All the way in, flew in, got here at 7:30 a.m. and then jumped out of the plane, got into the seminar at 10 a.m. Really hats off to him. Inspiring. That's the kind of community that we really have, you know, really enthusiastic, inspiring traders, okay, and a community of like-minded people. That's what we want to really build. The other thing is also traders, our YouTube channel, right? That you can find some good material on the stretch principle. So youtube.com/master the markets. And then once you go into here, click on subscribe button, click on the all bell icon so that you always get notified when we go live. Okay. And then you can click on watch later if you want to watch later, or you can watch it live. It's always best when you watch it live, isn't it? Because you're in the moment present. Over here, under the must watch section, if you want to learn about the stretch principle, you can also find out over here as well, right? So you can go on to here and then read through that or watch through that. Those 5 videos, really, really very powerful ones, okay? Based on recurring principles to build a very strong, robust strategy. All right. So that's all there for you. Those of you who want to go and revisit some of the live videos that we have done, definitely go under this live section over here. And you can see right now we are live at the moment on this video. You can revisit it, or even all the past videos that we have done and also done with Trade Guider and the team as well. And also great interviews that we have done from before. You can watch it all here on in terms of our live section over here. Okay, so you can watch all that at your free time. But I would say to begin off, I would say first one place will be 7steps to ctp.com. Okay, right. I think with that said, I'll quickly take a look at one more trade on GBP USD, and then I'll swiftly move on to today's topic. Okay, so over here, let me take a look at all the trends and phases across the different time frames. So here, let me see. Yes, so on GBP USD, I'm having a downtrend phase one. You see, this is the important part about one important point about market structure. And what do I mean about market structure? This I'm delving a little bit into our topic for today on how we predict market moves in a systematic manner. Market structure is where you've quantified what a bottom and a top is. Over here, our top is confirmed when we get the orange dot, and the bottom is confirmed when we get the blue dot. This is not a buy and sell indicator, traders. Even VSA is not as well. But what this gives you is a structure, a framework from which then you can make your informed decisions and make your strategy out of it as well to make it sustainable, scalable, and reproducible. So based on that market structure, so you see how we are getting the trend box and everything is that if I connect the tops and bottoms, right, like this, the blue with the orange arrows, then I get a market structure. Then with that, we've got 6 trend variations. With that, then we've coded that into a trend box over here. And that can tell me across any time frame. That's the power of it, right? In a systematic manner, not guesswork. Because if I were to hide it, then it becomes guesswork, isn't it? Some people might say this is an uptrend or downtrend. No, at this moment it jumped. And somewhere, you know, in real time, this becomes very confusing, right? So over here, you might think that, oh yeah, that's an uptrend, it's turned around. You see, but without a systematic structure, you won't be able to say that across different time frames. That's why market structure is so critical. Okay, that's what we got here at Master the Markets. So here I've got a downtrend phase one over here, and I'll go through later and how you get the stats as well. And then over here you get a downtrend phase two here as well. So downtrend phase two on the 4 hours, still being a downtrend. Here you're having a little bit of a change in trend, a change of character, a trend change if you want to call it as well. Uptrend phase one over here as well. Over here, right? So uptrend phase one over here. Okay, so then after that, over here, when I go on to the 15-minute, let's take a look at the 15-minute. Let me put the VSA relative volume here as well, and then we can take a look at that, how it's performing. Okay, and let me see now the cable on the 15-minute. Let me check on the 15-minute time frame here. Let's let it populate here. That would be, I believe, towards the downtrend, is it not? Let me see as it populates that, and we can have a good idea. So this one here, we got a downtrend phase one, that's right. So we have that here on the 15-minute. On the 1 hour, let me quickly just take a look at that. We had an uptrend phase one, didn't we, traders, right? So here, okay, that's good. So we got the, that is turning around a little bit based on this noise that is done there. But let me just put the VSA light over here as well. Over here, let me see. Let me get that up on here. We've got that one trade on gold. Now is the opening session. Let's see what's going on in here. Yeah, it's coming near to enter us, so let's see how that progresses. Those of you who entered it early, that's good for you guys on an aggressive manner. You'll be on some unrealized profit at the moment, riding it towards 3994. Okay, so we'll wait and see how that plans out to be today. Now, in terms of this, so let's take a look. In terms of here, so on the 15-minute, right, so here, I just want to take a look at this. After that, it turned around, and this is your, I think we might have a shorting opportunity on this, traders, okay? That's what we got, isn't it? So, yeah, that's the arrow there. What I will take a look now is a downtrend phase one, the stretch. So there's a bit of conflicting information here. So you can see that the upper stretch got taken out. I'm going to just take a look at here as well. Whether the upper stretch got taken out or not. Yes, the upper stretch did get taken out here as well. So what I will do is, in terms of the range lines, let me just see. So this was the 8 o'clock range line here. So it's taken out to the upside here. And the 12 o'clock one is here. So let me draw that very quickly, traders. So right, so we got the 8 o'clock one here, and we got the 12 o'clock here. We went through this in much detail in the summit as well. In every step by step, people really loved it because it's so logical when you really learn it. That's why I gave you all the reference links just now on the YouTube channel, right? On the stretch principle videos. So definitely take a look at that. So here, in terms of the range lines, so this is what we got between 8 and 12. Okay, so here it did take out the upper range line. Upper stretch has been taken out as well. Range lines, the latest upper range, right? Upper range, but then for the 12 o'clock, let me see for the 12 o'clock, right? The 12 o'clock one is here. So for the 12 o'clock, that would be your range over there, okay? So what I'll update this. So this gives you a good understanding of what the market is doing so that we can form a bias, okay, traders. That's the whole point, but not um, not 12 range. So that's what I will update here. Okay, range, upper 8 a.m. range, right? Okay, good. So I've got that one there. Bro to ST, I'm just going to take a look at that. In terms of the bro to ST ratio here, it's not really towards any of them. So let's see, 80, 86. Let's see if I put here 86, that's about 69, isn't it? How much has it done today? Let me see. This is done 69, right? So from 44, let me just check that very quickly, traders. So 30 to 12, isn't it? So I would say, even if you were to do, yeah, I would say more to the upside. If you were to do it more to the downside today, then you would get 39. Yeah, you can still get it to the downside as well. So I'll just put NA for now. It's not very clear cut here. Previous daily high and low, I just want to quickly double check. The low is 13010. This one is 130102. 3 ones. All right, okay. So it's matched up with the low, 30102. Yeah, interesting. Okay, we usually don't get that. It's matched up. The low hasn't taken out the low yet. So that's an NA again, right? On here, and it hasn't done its ATR range. So now, if you take a look at this, right, traders, if you take a look at this, it's giving conflicting messages. And this is when we take a step back. So you see, this is downtrend. Both of it is downtrend, but this one is uptrend, and this one is a downtrend. So at least 3 time frames are towards the downside. Now, in terms of the 1 hour stretch, is showing to the upside. Range lines are showing also to the upside, except for the 12 noon range. The bro to ST is pointing to the downside. So really, to be honest, I've only got 3 time frames, 3 basically options out of these 8 factors I've got here aligning. So you see, I can't really form a direction bias, you see. Even if I did towards the upside, again, I'm only getting 3 of them really aligning. So I'll put NA for now. In situations like this, you got 2 options. One, you just leave this instrument, take a look at another one, where it'd be much more clear-cut, straightforward. Or, you know what, you just sit on your hands and you don't do anything for this instrument for today. These are the only 2 things that you can do, okay? So that's the thing on GPUSD. The other thing what you can also do is put some exact technical levels where you would like to come into this trade, okay? So that's another thing that you can take a look at. I can see there's a volume spike here. There's a potential buying, but that was a fake. It did come out. If anything, if you did want to see some continuation on this, right, towards the downside because of the time frames, then the only thing I would say is take a look at the low of this bar being taken out. Other than that, bar mechanics, VSA wise, it's still pointing to the downside. We got a red dot over here as well at the moment. So if I were to come in, but because the other factors are not really in my favor, it's quite a not a very high probability trade. So I'll stay away for now. But this is what we got here, okay? And if it does turn back without confirming this bottom, then we can keep that pending order in place, okay? And your stop will go for that. And I will take it to the short side, okay? But wait and see how that comes out to be. But we won't be taking that because it's not really aligning with our rules for now, okay? So in terms of this on gold, still hovering around there. That's why we got our pending orders to come and fill us in the market. We'll see how that plans out to be for today, okay? And it's taken out the upper stretch. So that would be my analysis, traders, and I've pushed that out on the Telegram channel as well today on the gold trade, on the long position. So we'll wait and see, and we'll manage the trades accordingly, okay? If this becomes a red bar, then the next one then takes it out and goes up, then that's a strong move towards a continuation that we will have. All right, we'll wait and see how that plans to be. But as of now, our resting order is here. We're still not in the trade. 3987, stop loss being at 3970, and then target at 3994. So we'll wait and see how that plans out to be. Now, as that is carrying on in the background, we will nicely move on to our topic for today, traders. Okay, the topic for today is basically on how professionals, right? How professionals, how professional traders predict market moves. Okay, that's what we will be taking a look at today. So, in terms of this, how are we predicting it? So we take it by a step-by-step methodology. So the first thing what we do, and I'll put it all together, okay? The first thing that we do over here, and I would recommend for everybody to look at, is first thing, have a framework, have a market structure. Okay, that's what I would always say. Okay, have a market structure. Now, after you have your market structure means what? Means quantifying your tops and bottoms, just like what I've done here. Okay, quantifying our tops and bottoms like this, right? From here, you can formulate your line diagram, which then gives you market structure, right? Like what I've drawn over here. So I'll be able to know whether at the moment when I compare it, is it lower lows, lower highs, higher lows for uptrend, or is it no trend? Is it a compression? All that has been coded into the trend box. And the amazing thing here is that all this coding that you're seeing was done by one of our team members, Assad, in our community. That's how the community itself is uplifting the community, right? So we all work hand in hand together. So you can see then over here, traders, that once I got the market structure, so that's the first thing I do. I look at market structure, but to get the market structure, you need to quantify your tops and bottoms. And what is the real importance of quantifying the tops and bottoms? It goes back to the problem. It goes back to the challenge. That's what I referred here on the 7steps to CTP.com here, you see, the main challenge. So definitely take a look at that when you get some time. So after this, what we then do, right, after you got your market structure, then the first thing you get out of that, you get 4 data points from there, okay? But the first data point that you get is what you're seeing here, the trend and the phase. And you can get that across any time frame. Because basically after you quantify a top and bottom and you got a market structure, you can apply that across any time frame. This is the power of quantification. You can scale it, right? Whereas with subjectivity, you can't. So that's the first data point over there, your trends and phases. After that, you can then get the 3 stats, okay, that are your 3 data points. What are the 3 stats that we take a look at? The first one, I'll show you here that we've coded, right? You can take a look at the OE data here. This will help you towards placing your target based on probability basis, okay? So let me just show you over here. So over here, when I do that, and it will populate the table and everything. So it's churning all that information, and it's doing it from this period. You can also define the period as well. Is it over the last 3 years? We've just done it over the last 15 years, right? To get us a bigger data sample. So once you've done that, then it will start to populate everything. So you can see the table over here, and then you can see that right now, you see, if I want to just do a 0.25 target from wherever I enter, that is about 80% of the time it will basically get there, okay? That's what it's telling me over here. Just need to load that up again. It's just that because it's too much of crunching of data along with this, that's why it's coming off. Let me just do it. Maybe I can just do it on the 1 hour, maybe a bit more stable there. You can see how also on cable it's still not going up, isn't it? That's why we got the pending orders to come in, okay? So let me do this then, traders. Right, so we got the SMI Elite OE, which will populate onto here. After that, let me see. If I don't get this on here, I'll just show you the example on a higher time frame, okay? And then you can have an idea what's going on. So here, I'll do it on ATR. It's a bit more easier. Maybe some of you prefer raw pips, maybe it's easier as well. Let me do that there. And then we will see, okay? 3977. This one, let me just keep an eye on our gold trade at the moment. Still not been triggered yet. So you can see if I put a 0.25 ATR, 85% of the time it gets there. If I did 1 ATR, it will get there 56% of the time. 0.75 is 63% of the time. Now, what does that tell you? This is towards the swing distance, okay? Right, from the close, wherever it's confirmed from, this blue dot, from here to get the 0.25 ATR. What's 0.25 ATR here on this particular chart over here? If I take a look, that's about 16, right? That's about 4 pips. So to get to 4 pips, there's an 86% chance. That's what it's telling you. What's the probability of it getting to that level, okay? And what's the chance of it getting to 1 ATR, 2 ATR, and so on. After this, what you can then do, you can develop different strategies based on different targets, or you can start to select. You know, you believe that you correlate all the different time frames together, and you say, you know what, this dot, I think it's definitely because it's everything is confluencing together, plus all the volume, you know, the price, the fibs, the stochastics, all the indicators you may have is all correlating together. I believe this will be a big runner, and then you go and stick in a 3 ATR target, okay? That's what this gives you a reference. It also manages your expectations. We had a client recently who came in and joined us as well, and he said, Tiru, you know, I've been able to turn around $1,000 into $10,000 and $15,000, but I lose it all the way back. And the reason is this, right? Because when you take a look at this stats table, it tells you that those guys which run very massive distances, which turns $1,000 accounts into $10,000, $15,000 accounts, happens only like 15-10% of the time, right? It doesn't happen all the time, traders. So it manages your expectations to not keep over trading, keep taking trades on that particular instrument, okay? So that's how it really helps you, okay, and construct your strategies more constructively. And then once he heard this, he was very pleased with it, and then he got a bit more patient, and he knew that it was going on the right track. Okay, he's still working with us to develop his systems. Now, the other thing that you can also see over here, another thing that we also look at in terms of the stats. So this first one is for target setting. You can do that in terms of pip as well, raw points, or percentage basis. Okay, when you're taking a look at stocks, this really helps as well. You can put this across any instrument. Then you can also then take a look at also the MAE number, also traders, right? MAE is very, very powerful, because this one will tell you the where to place your stop loss. And when we show this, people get blown away with this, right? Because when you take a look at this, this will tell you where to place your stops, and you can do this across futures, options, any instrument that you want, okay? So over here, when you take a look at this, once the data is churned, you can see on the 1 hour time frame, if I put my stop about 2 ATR, which you just saw over there, right? If I put my stop about 2 ATR away, so let me just do that one more time, right? So that one there, let me quickly do that. Because I'm running a lot of systems at the same time, but when you guys are running, it should be fine. But I guess you guys saw that over there. So if you see on that table, if I put my stop about 2 ATR away from where the confirmation happens, you can see the numbers that I won't get stopped on 98% of the time. So that's the power of it. You see, 97.44% of the time, right? I won't get stopped out. So now you can trade with absolute conviction. Even when this all happens, you don't need to get scared, right? From this close, right? Even if I put 280 over the low, you see, I'm still not getting stopped out. The top never got confirmed according to our framework. So that's the power of this, okay? So that's the second stats, right? So that you take a look at in terms of the MAE number. Then the final one that you can take a look at also, traders, is this one here, is the time to. How long does it take to get to a target? This will help you towards your trailing stop losses, okay? That's the whole idea and the premise of this, okay? So this is how we are able to predict market moves, but based not on a guesswork, but just on a probability basis. That's how professionals should always think. Trading is based on probabilities. That's what this framework gives you. And after this framework gives you all of this, okay, then you put your strategy together. You slot all these numbers together, right? Because the strategy has got 5 components, isn't it? So in terms of your target, you can put the OE number together. In terms of your stop loss, you got your initial stop loss number. You can use the MAE number on that. And then you got your trailing stop loss over there as well, which you can then use using the time too. So that's how you make up your strategy. But now your strategy parameters are all based on strong, robust probabilities. Okay. Now then you're not trading out of guesswork, but you're trading out of a systematic, sustainable, scalable, reproducible way. Okay. That's what you're doing. So all begins with the market structure. That's what I would say. So traders, just to summarize, this is how we look at predict the market moves. Recently, we also did an analysis on the gold, right, which a lot of you really liked it as well. You can find it on a YouTube channel under the live section, where we took a look at the gold analysis, okay, and the technical levels. You see this one here. And people really liked it. We went through a bit more deeper into the stats of that. And you can see right now it's turned around as well. You know, our analysis was absolutely spot on over there, but based on probabilities, that's what we trade on. So even if one trade is not according to our favor, that doesn't matter, because probabilities are made out of a series of trades, not just one trade. Okay. Okay, good. Just to give you a summary on this topic, the first thing is, in terms of predictability, have a market structure. Okay, have your own framework. All right, that will tell you the 4 data points. The 4 data points being the first one, the trend and the phase, right, which we got over here. And then after that, 3 is the 3 stats that you will have. Okay, the 3 stats plus the trend and phase will give you your 4 data points in terms of your market structure. From there, then apply them into your strategy construction to build sustainable, scalable, reproducible strategies. Now you can build strategies with a true robustness and with a true strong edge. Okay, so that's what I would say on this. Those of you who want to go a bit more in depth on that, I would say definitely go to 7stepsofctp.com, and then here you see it will guide you through what I talked about. The main challenge, quantifying the tops and bottoms, the 3 stats, and then how you put that into a strategy and a system. Okay, so all that is there for you. And in terms of those of you who want to get the smart money indicator, apply this into your own methodology. And the beauty of this is you can apply this into any kind of methodology that you're doing. You don't need to change your current strategy. Usually people come to us and say, you know what, Tiru, I don't want to learn a new thing. But you know, this is not really anything complex, because it's just a market structure. It's giving you a framework which you can put anything on top. And eventually then the real question then comes down to is, basically, do you want to trade that dot or not? Do you want to trade this blue dot towards the buy? Yes or no? That's what it comes down to after you pile in all of your methodology on top with the market structure and with the trends as well, right? So as I'm seeing over here, you see on the cable, I can see that very quickly just now as I was talking to you guys about it, it is turning a little bit, struggling to go to the upside, isn't it? So we can just take a look at the 15-minute here. You see, this is why we got our pending order in here, okay? If it does break that, then it will confirm the 1 hour as well, okay? So we can take a look at this as well. Maybe I might be putting this position in as well towards a small target here of the low, breaking that low over there, okay? So we'll see how that plans out to be. It hasn't confirmed this bottom as well. So the low over here, let me see. Maybe I'll push this out shortly as well. The low is 1.3018, isn't it, traders, right? So let me just see if I can just squeeze that in. 1.3018. I can see that this buying is not really strong, and the stop being 1.3034, 3536, 1.3036, and then the target being for the low of this bar 1.3011. Okay, I'll wait and see how this performs. I'll keep an eye before we push that out onto the Telegram channel. You guys can keep an eye on this as well. As I was saying, I just got carried away. But when you put the smart money indicator, now you can see that how it gives you the framework and can make you have more stronger, decisions, not just based on guesswork, but based on a probabilistic, logical, systematic way of thinking. Okay, so that's something that you guys can look into over here as well on this page, and then our YouTube channel over here. As I said, once you've subscribed, click on the all bell icon. You can go through this amazing content that we have all put together. Definitely one of them is under the must watch section. So when you click on view all, you can look at the stretch principle videos. Okay, so take a look at that as well, and go through our live videos if you want to take a look at our live trading videos over there. In terms of the ETM annual summit, next year is going to be 16 and 17 October 2026. Those of you want to get your ticket first hand and get a really crazy 50% and above discount offer, you can get that, and then that will give you also a bit of savings to then plan your trip if you're flying in from other countries as well. Okay, traders, I guess that's pretty much that. Taking a look at the gold position, you see, this is why I say we had a pending order here to wait for the market to come in, get to us. Okay, this is why very important to know which technical levels to get in, traders. All right, because if you're in this and you're riding it, and then now you might, if you don't know where to exit, then you might have get caught out on these moves. Okay, that's why live, when we do it live, is always better to learn from these real life scenarios. All right, but those of you who are trading from a swing perspective, out of curiosity, let's see, did it do $7? Yeah, if you use the swing distance ATR, you would have got your $7, and you would have come out of this trade by now. That's why trading based on probabilities and percentages is so important. Okay, so let's wait and see if there's more strength on this move. If we do have it, it will come back on, and once it takes that out, then we will have a stronger move towards our target. Wait and see how that plans out to be. Cable is still not doing it. That's why we have a pending order. It's not doing it. I'll probably keep an eye on gold, and that's pretty much that for today. Traders, I guess that's pretty much that from me on this session over here. And as we always say, till the next time, let me just quickly, before I wrap up, I just want to see if there's any questions coming in or not. If they're not, I think the usual, where do we start off with? As I said, that will be 7 steps to ctp.com. And some of you saying, yeah, I really like the insights, probabilities. Yeah, and they said, how do I look at the OE data in detail? As I said, 7 steps to ctp.com, you can go through the stats over here. That will be the best place to look at. This will go through systematically, because I know I only got a short time over here, but this will take you through step by step, and you can watch it at your own leisure. Okay, so watch that at 7 steps to ctp.com. Traders, that's pretty much that for me on this one over here, on this session, on this workshop, live trading workshop that we have. Other than that, as we always say, until the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care, and bye for now.